Hi, I'm Pastor Kurt, and this is your 5-minute Bible study. Today, we're going to look at Mark chapter 12, verses 18 through 27. This is a scene where the Sadducees come up and ask Jesus a question in order to trap him. They want him to say something stupid. This happens a lot in the Gospels. People are trying to trip up Jesus to make him say something dumb that they can use against him. Well, these Sadducees come up to him and they think they've got the best question. They say, okay, Jesus, let's talk about resurrection here. Now, first of all, the Sadducees don't believe in resurrection, which is why they are so sad, you see. Okay, it's a silly pun, but it helps you remember that they didn't believe in resurrection, because the Sadducees are so sad, you see. Anyway, they ask Jesus about resurrection, which they don't believe in. They say, okay, let's imagine there were these 7 brothers, and the oldest one married a wife, but before they had children, he died. The law says that his next oldest brother should marry the wife and have children in the name of his brother. Okay, so the second brother marries the wife. Let's imagine he dies before they can have children, and so on down the line all the way to the 7th brother. Then he dies with no children. Whose wife will the woman be in the afterlife, since she married all 7 of them? They think this is a good question. They think this is really going to trip Jesus up. Well, Jesus looks at them and is like, that question makes no sense, because there's no marriage in the afterlife. Your premise is that the way the afterlife works is just like how this life works, where people are marrying and being given in marriage. That's not how it works. When we think of the afterlife, when we think of heaven, what do you imagine it's going to be like? Do you imagine that it's going to work the same way life here on earth works? Where we have these relationships and these social customs and stuff like that? According to Jesus, that's not how it works. So it makes us wonder then, how does it work? Well, I don't know, because I'm not dead yet. But what I can say is that it's about new life. In fact, Jesus goes on, and at the end of the section here, when he's talking to these Sadducees who don't believe in resurrection, he reminds them of the line that God said to Moses in the burning bush, where God said, I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now, at first that might not sound that strange to us, right? Of course God's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But think about where that story falls in the overall narrative. God's talking to Moses, and this is generations after Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And yet, the voice of God says, I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not I was. That present tense, I am, or maybe we could say, I still am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, implies that somehow Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are still alive, which says that there is some kind of resurrection. Even in the Old Testament, which these Sadducees would have known, right? Even in their own scripture, Jesus is pointing out, hey, there's evidence of resurrection life here. So what that resurrection life looks like specifically, we don't know. But what we do know is that it's new life, that Jesus promises to give it to us, that there is some kind of similarity between the life that came before and the resurrected life. Think about the post-resurrection scenes of Jesus. He was still Jesus, but he was somehow different. As for the details, as for how it plays out, right, we don't know that yet. But Jesus is kind of telling these Sadducees, it's not going to work the way life here on earth works. It's not about marrying and all that kind of social custom stuff. Instead, it's about a wonderful new life that you can't even imagine yet. There's your 5-minute Bible study for the day. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.